Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for clicking on the part 1 tutorial video. In this part we're going to learn just how to turn things on. So the basics of getting the key, turning all the power on for the main hall, turning all the cameras on and the individual equipment. So let's go and do that. Alright, so the first thing you need to do when coming into the main hall on a Sunday morning or Wednesday evening or whatever you're rated to do is to grab one of these keys. I'm sure you've probably seen it before. It looks like this. Essentially what you need to do, this will be found on the booth somewhere. You'll see the booth in a sec, but it'll be on the table somewhere. I might set up a little hook that we're going to put. There's 2 of them, so we might hook them on, just put them up there. So you need to grab that. The first thing first, you just need to go up to this little spot here, and you just need to flick the power. Okay, so you've just turned the power on. So the next thing is you'll hear the speakers making some really weird noises. Ignore that, they're probably fine, but it's not a job to worry about it. Depending on whether you're in first or you were the last to arrive on a Sunday morning, you need to turn the power on if you're the first. If you're the last, you just get to rock up and play. That's great. Your first worry as a camera engineer or a video switching engineer, which is this lovely little board here, is to set up your station. So there will be one camera behind you right here, which I'll put in the shot in a second. There'll be another camera over there, and this camera which I'm using now, which will be on the other side. So facing like that to the stage. If you're the stage, just sort of facing about there. So your first port of call on a Sunday morning or a Wednesday evening, after you've turned the power on, is just to make sure that our section, which is this section here, including the fan, is on and working. This is the video switching desk. It will automatically turn on. It doesn't have a switch at the back, it is turned on by mains power. The TV, however, will need to be turned on with this lovely little remote here. It is a little bit fiddly, but there we go. The green light's on, it's going to turn on. This is going to receive the feed from this. So it's coming out from a HDMI out of here into here, and you will see in T-3 seconds. 2, 1. Like magic. These will obviously be cameras, so this will be your preview screen, the program screen, so what's actually coming out, and then camera 1, 2 and 3. So you just need to make sure that it's coming on. This is where you can find stuff. On the top shelf we have spare HDMI cables for certain cameras. We have this lovely little thing, you can't see it, there you go, lovely little thing here, which is for the Sony camera, for our Sunday morning filming for the kids. We also have some just general cleaning apparatus here. This is fantastic for, I don't know where the focus is, I think it's about here. This is great for, blows air. So on the lens, if there's any dust or if there's a smudge or something, this is really handy just to get that out, because you really shouldn't touch the lens with anything other than this and this. Now this is just a little cloth often used for like computer screens and things like that, and it's use that very gently on a screen if it's a little bit dirty, just doing like a little 360 with your finger. And this is mainly for the camera. So this one here, you pull you pull this one up and a little brush comes out, and you can then brush things around, not like the lens or anything, but like little intricate bits that there might be dust and things, if you wanted to do that before what you're doing takes part. I'll just do a quick little tour as well. So it's very messy at the moment, it will be cleaned before you guys arrive. But this is our little section here, so sort of where my hand is. It's kind of small, but we don't need a lot of space. This is the switcher I was talking about earlier. It looks daunting, but don't worry, I'll explain everything. That's the TV, our fan, because Jimmy gets very hot, as is shown by the amount of sweat on my face. This is the VJ area, so this will be what's projected on the TVs, the screens, and such like that. Then we have the sound engineer part of the desk, where they have their PA system here with their CD trays and the CDs on top. The lights up here, get that in focus. Lights up here, and the desk itself. We also have the camera here. This will be the main camera that gets sort of the central shot. Okay, So, how do we turn on this camera? Mystery. Well, I'll tell you. We'll go with just the basics to start off with. So when you come on a Wednesday evening or a Sunday morning, you'll notice that there's a lens cap on. There must always be a lens cap on the cameras when you're not using the cameras. This isn't us being a little bit harsh or a little bit anal on what, you know, how things are supposed to go. This is just to make sure that the lenses are kept clean, because they're a pain to clean, and that things don't get broken. Because if a lens is dropped, it's a lot more likely not to be broken if there is a lens cap protecting the glass. So there'll always be a lens cap on the top. You need to pinch the center part. I'm sure you all know how to do this already, but you pinch the center part and pull it off. And the same way is putting it on, and then you release. It's like that kind of a mechanism. So it then expands like that, and then does that kind of thing. Simple. You'll notice that there are quite a few wires plugged in that you're like, what do these wires do? So this one in particular is called an SDI cable, also known as a BNC to BNC cable. Looks a little bit like this. You probably won't be able to see it, but anyway, that'll always be plugged in. That is for the switcher, and there's a feed that is taking whatever in this camera, running down the cable into that desk. And so if we ever wanted to put let's say anything on a Sunday morning up on the screens, we can do that. But it's also then running from the desk into the computer, which we're using to stream on a Wednesday night. So this is why, that's what this is for. Is so when we stream on a Wednesday night, it's plugged into the desk and we can switch between cameras. Very nice. This cable here, you'll see, looks like this. It looks like a normal microphone cable. However, there's a slight difference, and it's got one extra hole. A normal microphone cable on the female end, which is the one with the holes going in, usually has 3 pins, sort of in that shape there. This one has 4 pins, sort of, I don't know why I'm trying to use my fingers. Anyway, it looks like that. That goes in the back. There is a socket for it to go in the front, but that is actually this shape, so it won't fit in, because you'll need the pin side rather than the inside. It's called male and female, so the male is with the pins and the female is with the holes. Simple. You'll also notice a microphone on the top. Now this isn't a professional camera microphone. This is just a normal vocal microphone. It was used for when we were recording worship, just to pick up some audio, so when it came to edit later, we could just synchronize with the click of a button. It was really simple. We'll keep it on there just for when we are filming on a Sunday morning, because we're not live streaming Sunday mornings, we're just filming them. There is again audio that is being picked up that we can use to synchronize with the audio that is being recorded on the desk. Hey guys, I was editing the video and completely forgot to record the turning off part of the video. So, in terms of turning off, there is a bit of a method. So, the switcher, the video switcher, doesn't have a switch on the back, so don't worry about turning that off. That can be turned off with the main power. You'll need to turn off the TV with the remote, but not a big deal if you don't. You can always turn that off afterwards. You need to check that the iMac, which is used by the VJ team, is shut down. Because if you want, it's like unplugging a computer while it's still on. It's really bad for the computer, so we just make sure that it's shut down. But if the VJ person's there, then we're not doing the shutdown. Or if the sound engineer is still there, you know, it's whoever's last who's left on team that needs to do the shutdown routine. If you are the last person there, you need to go and shut down that computer, and then on top of the rack, which is next to that on the left hand side when you're looking at it, is all the sound engineer stuff. There are some instructions on top of there how to shut all that down, and actually there's a piece of paper stuck underneath the computer of how to shut stuff down, because you'll need to mute all the individual speakers, but there's listed 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom as well. You need to make sure all of those are muted. There'll be a little red button when they are muted. Then you need to go into behind the sound desk and flick the switch to turn that off. Then you can go take the key and turn it off. Now remember, we need to stick this into the hole like so, and you pull it. See, it didn't go off there, but if I do it the other way, it went off. You'll feel a click and it's off. Thanks for watching the video, guys. If you missed any information or any of the points that we made today, be sure just to click back. I'll try and put some time codes in so you can click them to check how to turn the power on, how the cameras turn on, how they turn off, etc.